All right, we're on hole number 5 of the Vintage Open. We're in Monday's practice round in the rookie division. Let's go to hole number 5 and check it out. We're on one of the big par 5s here. This is a very difficult hole. Now, I've been playing this in practice with a katana, and they put the trees back into play. The last time we played it, these trees here weren't in play. So that's going to affect the shot just a little bit. It's not going to affect us as much in rookie as it's going to affect the higher up tours if you're playing from the second or the third tees. So I'm going to bring a big dog an extra mile. Like I said, I've been playing this all week long with a katana, and you can get it done with a katana. But in the tournament, when you get out here, it's all going to be distant. I mean, it's so important to be like right in this area where I'm clicking right now. I mean, the difference between there and right here, even though distance-wise from the tee, this one might be farther. This one, that little bit of distance that's right here is critical when you get up into here to try and get on the green. So a little teeny bit of lack of distance out here, I mean, you could be killing this with your katana, but if you get in just the wrong spot, you could find yourself in a spot of bother, and it would be a shame for you to get out here, and the only thing really holding you back is the difference between a katana and a kingmaker. So, some people talk about not using kingmakers in rookie. You use whatever ball you need to use in order to do good on that hole. I mean, why would it be any different for any bracket? Whether you're in pro or expert, master, rookie, it doesn't matter. We're all playing the game to win. We want to win tournaments. So I would recommend using the biggest stuff you have. You're bringing a big dog on this hole, or a cataclysm. You're using the whatever the wood here that you have that's the biggest, that has the best stats. That's the one you're going to use. I mean, I'm using a big dog because it's got 180 yards of distance. It's got awesome topspin. The ball guide blows, but it has enough to get you up there. So if you're bringing a big dog because the second shot's that hard, why wouldn't you help your big dog out and bring the biggest ball you have in your bag? Now, a 4 or a 5 power ball are a little overkill on this hole, but you understand what I'm saying. I mean, it pretty much goes hand in hand that you don't bring a big dog and then bring a marlin. The whole idea is that you brought a big dog because of the problems on that hole, or the distances on that hole, and so help your clubs out by bringing a bigger ball. Okay, I don't see anything on there that can't get us out of any kind of trouble we get into. So we're going to go right into it. Hole number 5. Now, this is not a high percentage albatross hole. I mean, this isn't one of those holes you go to and you go, man, I got to get albatross on the hole. It would be nice to get albatross on this hole, and you have a shot. But the number one thing on this hole is you have to secure your eagle, because there's going to be a bunch of people who do not get eagle. There's going to be more people who don't get eagle than get albatross by far. I'd say, I'm not going to say it'd be a 50-50, but it's going to be pretty close. There's going to be a lot of people who come here that don't get eagles. Now, this is if you feel comfortable with this shot and you have a consistent way to get up there, especially if you don't have to use, if you wanted to go for that shot, using a ball where you didn't have to use any overpower, or using very little. But if you can get up on that spot, then it's not necessarily you have an easy shot. The angle's not super good, but you have a much easier shot to get on. Okay, so we don't want to put any more than 3 topspin on that. We do 3-9, so that's about a 2-ring pull. And then I just wanted to get it to come back into the fairway. Nice and easy. Just trying to get down there towards the tip. We don't need to get all the way down there either. Where we're at's just fine. Anything over 350, anything between 350 and 360, and you're right there. The shot that you get from out here, you know, especially if you just dribbled on, if you would have been on the fairway out there, it is a much shorter shot, and you're going to be able to get up there a lot easier with your clubs, but it's still a very tricky shot from that angle. Okay, so there's our red line. I'll put just a little teeny bit of topspin. Just want to get enough to roll past that rough. We're at 3.9. This is 2.1 per ring, so there's 4.2. So I'm going to be a little shy of 2 rings. Isn't it perfect? Right past the hole. That was an Albie shot right there. And it was very minimal adjustments, just a little teeny bit, just enough to get me over that transition between the rough and the fairway right there, so that I could clip the fairway. So the key here is going to be a very, very good wind adjustment. Because if you over pull that and you clip the rough, number one, in this area here where we were coming in, we've got a very small neck here, so if it clipped the rough, you know, it's not good. The other way to come at this, if you end up a little bit back, is to do a rough bump. Opponent's on in 3. I will forfeit. That'll give my opponent, secure my opponent, whatever that score is. Because I do not want to get an eagle. But that's how you get an eagle on that hole. Very, very, you just have to be nice and easy. And you notice the whole key thing on these is not, I mean, I'm bringing bigger balls on these holes. That's why we have them. But the other thing is by bringing some of these bigger balls, I don't have to do as much overpower as everybody's doing. And the less overpower you have to do, the more precise you're going to be. I mean, we have shots where we have to do overpower. That's not a problem. But if you do an overpower shot on every single one, you know, your odds of epic failing are going to increase. So use better balls. That's why we don't use these Kingmakers and Titans during regular play. We're saving them for these weekend rounds or these tournaments. All right, that was, what hole was that? That was hole number 5, I believe. Hole number 5. Thanks for watching.